the Physical Asia, the Korean guy, he did both ma.
Brandon, you got go, is it?
Yeah, I was there for one of the days. So one when Amotti was there. Amotti!
Bro, it was crazy, right? There was the amount of like
the amount of people,
audience.
They time it so well. Like right after Physical Asia.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Wow.
Especially right after Physical Asia.
I really thought that he would take it down. Like I thought he would be the winner, but he came in second.
Came in second,
Bro, do you saw who's the first?
Yeah. When I saw the first, I was like, okay, understandable. Understandable.
And welcome to the Lao Jiaos podcast. This is where we bring you unfiltered and unapologetic take on the news, current affairs, and all the things people pretend to understand. I'm your host Jin Yong, and with me is fellow Lao Jiao, Brandon, and making a comeback, Hairul.
Let's go. Thanks guys for having me again.
Yes.
Super excited for this one.
I think it's been close to a year since we last saw you, or a few months. What have you been busy with besides turning Super Saiyan on your hair?
So as I was saying before this, like not my best decision, but I am learning to adapt to changes, whether it's something that I like or I don't. So but life has been a madness since the last time I come on. I've reached over about 140 clients now.
Oh wow!
I mean, congrats, bro.
Total up with like before and current, creating content, managing trainers. Sometimes I even sleep in my gym.
That's the ultimate hustle, man.
Yeah. That's what they all say, right? Some of my clients think that I'm very dedicated, but it's actually just because I just lazy to go home. It's because like it's so like you have to wake up the next day again in the morning, like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. session. So but I just sleep inside the gym. So
where is your gym? If you don't mind me asking.
It's at Woodlands. So my house is literally just like 10 minutes away.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know, is that laziness or a new level?
Yeah, exactly. This one I can't
understand.
Laziness, 10 minutes away, bro.
Because I used to sleep in my work office, but that was because my work office was in Toa Payoh and my house is in Bedok. So I felt that
thing.
I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't do that. I think I'm so comfortable. I'm so comfortable with the distance now. So if anything that comes with distance more than 10 minutes, I would think about it. And then I'll say no.
Okay. I think I've also seen you like recently took part in Hyrox, right? And you managed to talk to some of the very like the girl winner for Hyrox, and then you talk to some very interesting contestants as well.
Yes. So that's the content that I'm currently doing right now. Especially just finished the Hyrox season for Singapore. This is the last Hyrox for Singapore. Happened in Expo, I think about a week ago. The content that I created was more about interviewing what was their timing and what was the journey like, what was their routine like, was it really hard, was it something that anybody could do, or was it something that you need to train, you need to put your mind into it. So it just gives a little bit of an idea of what Hyrox looks like, to those who have never joined, to those who have never participated, or those who don't even know about Hyrox also even. So it just gives a little bit of like awareness that, I think Hyrox is a really great event for people who are just trying to be like looking into something that can make them consistent in terms of their fitness and their health. And I think it's a really, really great thing. So just the content is just bringing that out.
I think it went quite it was quite popular, because even on my like wife's page, we saw your feed. It was you and someone else's. Is that guy the collab or working together with you for you?
Yeah, so he's also a personal trainer, and I met him through my part-time job that I was doing at BFT Harbourfront. Shout out to BFT Harbourfront, best BFT in Singapore. So I met him there, and I'm still like looking around to always collaborate with anybody, even personal trainers, even people who are not personal trainers, other content creators. So like for me, in a business perspective, is just putting myself out there, like in a sense. Putting myself out there. At the end, also, like I don't even have to hire a videographer.
Yeah.
Okay. You all can take turns lah.
Yeah, we take turns. We take turns.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Honestly, he's quite I would say
Natural
lah. It's quite natural,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's an extrovert. He's an extrovert.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
now you
Natural.
have gotten better, but I see your first few videos a bit awkward lah. But I feel that he's more like he really just go out to the person
Yeah,
like
yeah.
comfortable.
Because-
Yeah.
Correct. It doesn't feel like it's his first few time.
And that was like his one of first few attempts of doing it.
Oh, wow.
And he could do it like naturally. Sometimes I do still have this like anxiety, like people will still reject me, especially during Hyrox, right? Hyrox like kind of get like intimidated. Believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert. So
Hard to tell. But, yeah.
more people would get intimidated because they are all like, big size and like those muscular guys, muscular girls. So you kind of be like, I don't know whether they will accept like, this kind of interview or like whatever. Working with him makes it more easier lah. Makes it more easier.
Balance it out.
He's
Because
like
natural
he's like-
extrovert. Right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, you wanna interview this guy? Okay, let's go.
Oh, this guy, let's go. Yeah, then you just
I'm like, okay.
do first thing later.
Want to ask Brandon, if given the time, would Brandon want to go through all the training to do another round of Hyrox?
Honestly, I think Hyrox is one of like it's a really very fun event. Like they really make it's a really good mix of workout and teamwork. After doing Hyrox, I thought I was like, I think this is I think I'm quite okay. Then I tried the men's pro, the wall ball weight. I was just like, wow, no way. Now I'm actually ever going to attempt men's pro.
There's also those crazy people that do two categories, right? I think the Physical Asia, the Korean guy, he did both ma.
Brandon, you go, is it?
Yeah, I was there for one of the days. So one of Amotti was there. Amotti!
Bro, it was crazy, right? There was
Yeah,
the
bro.
amount of like
The amount of people,
audience,
they time it so well. Like right after Physical Asia,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Wow.
yeah, especially
then-
right after Physical Asia.
I really thought that he would take it down. Like I thought he would be the winner, but he came in second. But,
Came second, yeah.
yeah.
Bro, do you saw who's the first?
Yeah. when I saw the first, I was like, okay, understandable. Understandable. You can sort of tell that he is like he trained directly for Hyrox. I don't think he doesn't train for Hyrox.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like when I saw the first one, I was like, their main goal is Hyrox.
Yeah, so the next segment is the segment of the week. So since Hairul is our guest, can Hairul share with our listeners what would you like to share with our what the okay, can I invite Hairul to share with our listeners what you would like to talk about during the segment of the week?
What I want to talk about is why you're not losing weight during the holiday season. Since it's the holiday season, everyone suddenly becomes like, oh, I'll start next year athlete, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So next year come, then also never start. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is people tend to overeat because they save calories all day. Meaning like they skip breakfast, they skip lunch, then dinner you become like Thanos like that. Like everything also must eat one. Yeah. So you eat like a lot during your dinner, but you skip breakfast, you skip lunch. So that in itself is not gonna help you with your weight loss. When you skip your meals, you lose a little bit of your metabolism as well.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah. So it's not the how much you eat, it's the amount of times you eat. So that is one of the misconceptions when it comes to weight loss. Like, people think that weight loss is like, oh, I have to skip meals and then just eat once a day kind of thing.
Oh, that's surprising because I'm one of them because I always think that intermittent fasting is sort of like skipping meals. It's like you only eat within that time frame, like that window. You just starve yourself, right? Then in that window you can just whack as much as you want, but after that you must like stop eating from like 8 onwards to the next day 12 p.m.
There has been cases where like people try intermittent fasting and that it really helped for them. But we also have to consider the factors that what they eat, like how much protein, how much carbs, and also like what's their recovery routine like, and also what's their workout routine like. So people who try intermittent fasting but also eat junk food, like that won't really help a lot, right? Because there's a lot of like sweet drinks, sugar, fats, and all that stuff. So intermittent fasting won't really help for them. So when you do something like intermittent fasting, there has to be some sort of factors that you need to consider also, and that is outside of what you do.
What is one thing you recommend people do that is not too difficult that they can help in their at least weight control during the holiday season?
Don't skip any of the meals. Just eat something light, like it can be a snack bar, protein snack, sandwich, even do yourself a smoothie, banana, strawberry, or protein powder and some milk, and that's it. Like you can go full with that also. It's not really a full meal, but what you have to do is just make sure that you do consume things or consume food that enters your body so that you can also increase your metabolism.
Or contact Hairul at 1-800.
Worry about your next Hyrox, please.
Yeah.
Guaranteed top 3. Okay, that one a bit difficult, but
Hey, hard lah, bro. I also cannot get top 3, I cannot. The marketing different.
So before our episode, a word from our sponsor. Once again, we would like to thank SGWatchHub for sponsoring this episode. SGWatchHub is Singapore's one-stop platform for all things watches. Whether you are buying, selling, or just crazy about timepieces, SGWatchHub connects you to sellers, retailers, and fellow collectors so you can find that perfect piece for your wrist. They've got you covered with a full range of services, from repairs and polishing to strap replacements, protective firms, watch winders, and even authentication to make sure your watch is 100% the real deal.
On top of that, SGWatchHub offers brand partner promo codes so you can score special discounts on watches from different brands. And speaking of partners, they also work with amazing companies like Nomad Watchworks, a homegrown brand known for their premium straps and accessories. One of their biggest perks is that every leather strap you purchase from Nomad comes with free lifetime cleaning, so your watch doesn't just look stylish, it stays cared for too. Stay tuned on both the Chit podcast and SGWatchHub Instagram pages because we'll be running a special giveaway sponsored by SGWatchHub and Nomad Watchworks very soon. Trust us, you don't want to miss it.
So, if you love watches as much as we do, head over to sgwatchhub.sg and join the community. SGWatchHub, bring the world of watches to your fingertips. And now, back to the episode. Alright, so let's get into the main news segment. For our first news, I think this news, when it was first introduced, I was very intrigued, not by the news itself, but about how students will react to it. And that is that no smartphones will be allowed during school hours in secondary schools from 2026. So I wanted to ask both Hairul and Brandon, what were your first reaction when you heard about this news?
Actually, I heard the radio DJ debate about this when I was driving on the way to work. That's when I first heard this news. That sucks for the It's quite bad. I feel like it's quite a big jump from having a smartphone to becoming like crippled in school without a smartphone.
Like cold turkey,
Yeah, cold turkey. But I can understand why. Because honestly, it's really very easy to like recluse yourself with a smartphone. When we grew up, right, it's the maximum you go is like you text people. Maybe the only games you have on your phone is literally maybe Snake or
bounce
game or bounce or some lame game that you can't spend the whole entire recess playing. Now you can literally spend the entire recess, right, playing a game on your own, right? And just don't care about the world. Just solo yourself.
Wait, how old are you, Brandon? Don't mind me asking.
33, bro.
33. Wow, then I cannot relate. Because when I was in secondary school...
Hey, you 18 man, kanina.
I'm 26, so when I was in secondary school, like, I could still use my phone. And the amount of times I sneak my phone during classes also, it was a lot of time. So like we would stack up books in front of people.
Wow.
And then we use the phones like as if we are doing work like that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine what it looks like, Junior? Like, you know, both around on the table. So like from the teacher's point of view, it's like, oh, he's actually doing work. But actually I'm playing with my phone.
I really don't think this will be effective for all the students because students will find ways and means to smuggle the handphone in.
You just get like a second phone.
Honestly, it's going to be many different new creative ways that they're going to create to bring their phones in.
Teachers will have new problems now because they have to play this cat and mouse game like, oh, what's my student doing?
Correct.
Yeah. So probably Hyro is too young to go through this phase. But Brandon, do you remember when we were in army and we couldn't bring camera handphones in?
Yes.
I tell you.
I cannot relate that.
I tell you, Hyro, my God.
When I was in Tekong, right, you cannot bring any camera phone. That means
cannot.
Ban, bro.
Yeah, I heard. Or like either you have to remove the camera.
You have to jailbreak it or like and do some stupid shit. But the thing is, then after your iPhone is useless because you can't take photos with your iPhone anymore.
Correct.
It's just like that's damn dumb to do with your iPhone. But some people actually still go and do it. But
So I'm pretty sure Hyro didn't go through this phase because after I ORD, a few months later, they announced that the next batch of BMT recruits could bring camera phones in.
What year was that? How many decades was that?
2012.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fired. That was in 2012, and then I could remember how we passed time. We read books. I literally borrowed books from library to read because it was so boring.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we shared a lot of FHM magazines.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, honestly, you can still bring PSP.
Yes.
Even before I came in, like I known friends that already went through NS, and then I knew what they were going through, be it army, police, or even SCDF, because they like almost documented. Yeah, so everything they take pictures, like I'm not gonna name names, right? But like they do post it on like their close friends. Obviously, they don't show other people to see. And you get to see the insights of, what happens in the army. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know whether it's okay to share that, but yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure you guys have seen, not really. Yeah. So
I think reservists, we go back, we start using camera phones already. So,
exactly. So people will start documenting their reservists also sometimes.
If Brandon and Hairul, both of you are like principals of school now, what is the one rule you think you will implement so that, students will not use the phone in class?
Remove the tables.
Okay, sure. I think I asked the wrong question. Let's move on to the next piece of news.
But you think about it, right? If you remove all the tables, right, they just hold their books in their hand, right? No way can they use their phone at the same time already.
Do they still use books?
But actually, that's a good question. That's a damn good question.
Yeah.
F. But they throw the books very fast also. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the schools I go already using tablet already, so I don't feel much difference from using phone. It's just that they can't text and come out only. Probably they will use tablets and laptops more, so less of phones and less of like texting and all these things.
In the past, right? For example, your teacher asks you a question that you just like don't know nuts about, right?
Yeah.
There's no way you can Google in time, right? But now with GPT, right? Literally, people just when people ask any question, they just type in the question that the teacher just asked. Then they can literally read the answer straight away. It's like nothing is difficult for them, really.
Yeah.
And that's the thing though, like everyone has access to it. So now the competition gets harder. And like it's either like how you use the
information,
the ChatGPT.
Even for my group of friends, right? They use ChatGPT for their workout. Like they literally just they just lazy to think, right? So like
what should I do for upper chest today?
I want to do. Can you craft me a workout plan for like 1 month? My focus is losing weight. Literally, okay, first day is push, then second is pull.
Everything is just in ChatGPT now.
I think suffice to say we won't be able to stop these things from happening, but to the generation younger than Hairul, since we are already 老jiao, then good luck, right? You'll grow up to be our next hope for Singapore. The second piece of news is that migrant workers were actually seen caged and locked in a lorry along Farrer Park, and then people online were actually a bit. Most of their comments were either based on a lot of say either condemn the actions, or some say actually this is normal in the construction industry. You send them home in the lorry and then you don't want them to fall out. And then what if you don't send them in the lorry, then they take public transport? That's another issue, right? So I wanted to ask Brandon and Hairul. So what's your take on this news?
I mean, this one really cannot like we always talk about like mental health, physical health, but like basic like dignity is also important. Treat people like humans first, then workers. But also you see them also like they look super strong, man. They no gym membership also. They can just
they do a natural.
They live like 120 kg cement bags, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing, bro. Yeah, so insane.
I saw the video. They didn't look unhappy, and I stay in this area, right? So I stay literally like so
very close to very close to Farrer Park. Yeah,
I see them really having a lot of fun, like even when they go on. But I feel like the cage one was a bit too far. It's a bit crossing the line. Like you can put like bars and like maybe to prevent it. It's understandable one bar to prevent them from falling out, but that cage is just like I don't know. Like this one is like
it's like kidnapping,
Yeah, like kidnapping. Or like you load like animals onto. It's like literally it's like loading animals on those like animal lorry. It's a bit disrespectful. I feel it's slightly it's really crossing the line.
I think on the road, right, you have seen a lot of lorries with just the bar and then at the back they just lock it in, so there's actually wind can blow in. No need to do until like cage like that. But I think this is another bigger issue in the sense that I think over the past few years, every now and then you hear about like people like what not happy with the foreign workers or like get into like trouble with the foreign workers or foreign workers fight among themselves. I think it's a really delicate balance to try and balance between like how much of them to bring in and integrate the local society and how much to like to say that let them do what they like and then get into trouble, this kind of. As Singaporeans, we also have to be a bit understanding towards them as well, because like nowadays we take bus, we take public transport, they are on this kind of transport as well so I think we also have to go out of our way to sort of like understand them and be more understanding lah. I want to touch about this point that Hairul said just now, which is that a lot of these foreign workers actually look very strong, although they like, how do you say, they're not like big muscle or big what but I want to ask Hairul, like, why do you have this observation? Why do you think like they are like really like very fit kind, or they can carry very heavy stuff?
Because I see them do it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sometimes like when you, because I ride a bike, right, and then sometimes you just ride past like construction works, like roadblocks and stuff like that. So you get to see them like in action lah. So sometimes I see they be carrying stuff that looks heavy, and they can be like very scrawny, like very skinny. They can still manage to carry this weight lah. And I think it's just more of doing it repetitively. Because it's hard for you not to improve on something that you don't practice. Yeah, so for them, they do it every single day. It's like it's nothing.
This reminds me of a video I watched a few days ago, which is I think in US got this fitness influencer. He does a lot of like challenges, like fitness influencer versus like construction worker. Fitness influencer versus
I saw.
Yes.
Yeah, I love his content.
He asked a construction worker to come, right, and the guy did lift as much as him, like no practice at all. I'm like, wow, this is madness. Then he's like, they only need to teach him the technique, but on pure raw strength, right? I think deadlift lah, all the chest workouts, what's that thing called? Chest press, yes. They could match the fitness guys. I'm like, wow, this is So the Chinese have a way of saying like you don't use their livelihood to challenge your hobby, like wow. Then I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
But that content, I really don't know how they find the construction workers.
Yeah. Because he was quite tall.
Not every day you see that kind of construction worker.
Correct.
I was going to say also, these are the construction workers that really probably just go like they got waste. They use the sandbags.
20 years.
Probably.
The construction you just see them like lifting the sandbags.
Construction worker, you're already doing this on a daily basis, and obviously you wouldn't want to go to the gym just to have an extra workout to focus on other stuff. Like I don't know, I would reckon that you'll be super tired and like physically tired, mentally tired also.
Before we move on to our next news, just hope that everybody can get along, because Singapore is really a melting pot of a lot of things. So they are also important and a part of macam like National Day. They're also important part of us. We must, this is Singapore. We must work together. Okay, so getting into our third news, I wanted to ask, before I go into the news, I want to ask Hairul and Brandon, do you all hear about the recent tensions between Japan and China?
Yeah.
I don't know whether you all have heard this news, but ever since the tension escalated, right, last year, a few Japanese that perform in China had their concerts cancelled lah. Okay, so the biggest concert that was cancelled was Ayumi Hamasaki's concert. So just 1 or 2 days before the concert, the China government just say shut down. So Ayumi Hamasaki, actually, my fans paid to see me perform. She went and performed in an empty stadium and then record it and then show it live. Not live, as in posted the video online. And then because of that, a lot of people were like praising her and say that, this is Japanese professionalism, this whole fiasco, only she won, she showed her character, this kind of thing.
To me, that's commitment. That's commitment. I think it's definitely the right thing to do. I mean, you see like most of them already like cancel their shows and all that stuff because like they don't want to perform in an empty stadium.
Yeah.
Like who would, right? Who would?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you are someone. You are someone. You are a celebrity. You kind of want to have someone to watch you, because they pay for you.
Especially since it's not our fault. This is none of her fault. This is really the Chinese government coming down and say we're going to stop all this nonsense. Yeah.
Exactly. When I was doing group classes back then, there's only like 1 or 2 people who show up. Yeah, so it's like the show still goes on. Yeah.
I do see some comments that say like this is a publicity stunt. This is because
some did say
some did say because end of the day is she knows what she's doing. End of the day, I believe her publicist will tell her this is will be quite a good move. But it takes a lot to actually perform,
Yeah.
like to go ahead and perform in an empty stadium. There's always a lot of like reasons and excuses, but only Ayumi did it. So mad raps to her.
Out of this whole fiasco, like China, Japan, all this, none of them emerged from this victorious, all had like bad rap because of this. But she is one of the rare few, right? Come out with this, right? At the age of 40, when people are saying that she's, she's past her prime, that she's famous only in the 90s when she came out as an 18-year-old, singer and dancer and all these things. But she came out back into the public eye and showed people like what's a superstar and what's a superstar supposed to be. And that there is a way of solving issues that, there's option A and B, but there's an option C that can show people that actually it's a nicer way to resolve all these things. So I really think it's full props to her to do this. I think on the other hand, that also news reports that I read in the Chinese newspaper that say that, okay, so since China is clamping down on this like Japan imports and whatnot, and then they have recently also suggested that their people shouldn't travel to Japan. Okay, so actually there's a lot of speculation that say that we will be expecting a big influx of Chinese tourists to Singapore. Do you anticipate this happening, and do you think that Singapore will see a large influx of Chinese tourists?
Not really. They would rather travel a lot of other places than Singapore, especially because Singapore is very similar to like like Shanghai, Beijing. Is honestly to them is apple to apple. Japan is because the weather different, the culture different. They can really go down there for like 2-3 weeks. I can't imagine people come on holiday to Singapore for 2-3 weeks, right? Or a month, right? The second week, right? I don't know what else to them. Like when my friend, overseas friends come over, I'm like, what, you really went so more places than I've been in the past 1 year. So, then you can go JB, maybe KL.
Actually,
that's like part of the Singapore's tourist attraction.
Much cheaper than Singapore. You go JB, like, I don't know, $10, 10 Sing dollars, you can eat quite a good meal there for one person.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like Bugis area, I feel like there's already a lot of those tourists around.
Yeah.
They are always in a group though. Like, is there a reason why? There's always the tour guide, telling them like this is that is this.
I have to say, right, I give you staying in Little India, because I stay in Little India, right, all these tour guides, right, I don't know why, right, I sometimes I drive past or I stop at Little India Tekka Market, right, I see them pointing to a wall, right, literally a wall, right, with just the graffiti of the cows, right, and then they go into like a 10 minutes like explanation of like, wow, this, I'm just like, what the hell, this cow they just painted like the past 10 years. I don't know. How much heritage is there over here? Then I see all the tourists. Oh my gosh! Wow.
I take picture.
I take a picture of them. They like posing next to them. Wow, damn! Like, wow, this tour guide is really.
Brandon, next time I go to your house, you have to bring me go see the cow. Now I also want to see the cow.
I'm telling you, it really just looks like it's a normal graffiti, bro. It's literally Singapore just paid someone to just graffiti over a plain wall.
If they really want to see mural or this kind of graffiti art, right? The whole Joo and Katong, so many, they turn that into a hipster place. You don't need to go take cow.
Correct. No, because Tekka is the heritage walk. It's the you go to the temple. Right. So it's like while on the walk they stop there. It's art. It's
art, bro. It's art, bro. Brandon, you don't understand art, man. You don't understand art.
Forgive my unculturedness.
Before we wrap up our whole episode, we do what we call a round of quick fire news, where we will rate the news either smart, dumb, or just plain alamak. Okay, so today we have 3 news. The first news is that a Korean teen took her own life after her shoplifting video was shared online.
It's really a Alamak story because it's like really it's a very spur of the moment thing. It's like I believe when you're young, right? I can imagine in that scenario because it's embarrassing. I remember the first time I got caught like stealing something in a store. I believe everybody got do like something similar to this, like be it from your uncle, grandfather, father, mother. You take money from somewhere or take from a store or somewhere. Then you get caught. When you get caught, that moment seems like it's good, like your world come crashing down. It seems a lot more serious than it is. But because it's just so sad to see just that guilt and that the emotions just overwhelm her to in the end take her own life. So it's really a very sad thing. So honestly, really,
I know it's hard, and I know it's very easy to say, but we need to have the mental strength to say that I'm wrong, I'm sorry, and then you move on from this lah.
When we do get caught, it's pretty internal. It's like your parents know, and then like maybe the police that caught you know. I mean, rare cases that your parents will go around telling other relatives that, oh, my son stole something from the very rare one, right? So like it's very internal. It's every like it's in the four walls of the house. So when this Korean teen, like the video of her shoplifting and it's shared among social media, I can't even imagine how that feels. Because for me, when my parents caught me stealing, or like anybody caught me doing something bad, it's like it's already embarrassing enough.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's really embarrassing enough. But now the whole world knows that you shoplift. It's like, wow.
This is one of the rare few times, Hairul, I can tell you, it's good to be older because when we were young, our parents don't have social media. They don't shame us on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Worse is go home, you kena from them like cane or what. Then,
Yeah.
it's like next day thing already. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the worst thing. But the thing is, in social media, it's pretty permanent already. It's gonna be there.
The second news is that a Thai homeless man who suddenly won the Thai lottery of more than 700k Sing dollar. Suddenly he had relatives from all over Thailand that he didn't know exist suddenly come and visit him. I have to say first, if I today have a relative that kena 700,000, I mean even 500,000, I will also book plane ticket. He stay in Zimbabwe, I also go visit him.
I would say it's quite funny lah. It's really quite funny. But at your worst, right, no one will be there for you, right? But when you're at your best, right, every mother, father, son will come down to be next to you.
Yeah. I think for me, the perspective is a bit different because a personal thing to share. My dad was, my dad is a professional golfer, right? So he was like famous and he was like doing wonders lah, basically, right? Former Singapore #1 golfer and, earning bucks. So like, it was pretty hard for him because a lot of like relatives was just trying to like, I need to borrow this, borrow that, borrow this. So there were a lot of relationships lost because of that. And so like me understanding from that situation, I think I wouldn't be like, if I do have a relative like is like outside of the world, then I would just be like, okay, good for him.
Plain Alamak lah. But this Alamak is slightly more, how to say, it's more lighthearted a bit because we sort of understand the whole context, not like the first one. Yeah. The third news, a Taiwanese mother brought her son to the urologist because she feared that the son's penis size is too small. But instead, the doctor told her that your son's penis is normal, which is, i.e., he said it looked like Taiwanese sausage. This one I don't understand. Because Taiwanese sausage that I eat, okay, Hairul, maybe you don't eat because of pork. Got the small one and got the long one, so I don't know which one you're referring to.
No, the first thing is, right, why is this even on the news, right? It just baffles me.
Like, why is that even...
Okay, so honestly, if a social media post that make me want to like really feel like hide in the wall and just stay at home like every day of my life, right? This is the kind of social media news, right? That if I find out that my mother posts this on on the news, right, I will really never leave my house for the next 1-2 years. It gets really quite intense.
So
imagine if the son like grow up and like this news has been like out there already. Wah, kena.
Imagine going on a first date, then
you go on a first date, then people Google you.
And let me go before,
let me Google
you the guy, Taiwanese sausage. Wah, cannot. Wow.
So okay, but to give both of you a context, the urologist was the one that went on a program or did a podcast or something, and then he shared one of the more bizarre stories about his clients lah.
Okay, so no names will drop. Okay, that's really a blessing. I think if got names drop, if I hit my quitting school, 100%. Maybe take a 1 year sabbatical, take a break, go travel.
Same thing. This one we can just classify under plain Alamak lah. Not much smart news this year. Alright, that was our Jiaos podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please remember to like and subscribe. If the episode comes out every Friday, by the same time, if you're in football with the football kaki that drops every Wednesday, and our People show where we interview fun and amazing guests from around Singapore every Monday. Now, we hope that everyone has a great week ahead, but remember,
we don't always talk cock.
Sometimes we do.
Ow, ow, ow.